What is going on?
Starting. This is happening. This is it. We're live. We're going live.
Pretty rockin' beat.
Oh yeah. Our buddy made that.
Definitely inspired by it.
Really? I thought it was a wrestling team.
It should be. Damn it.
Inspired by 70s superhero cartoons.
Yeah. Among other things, for sure. All right. Welcome back to the SF Company Hour here at the SF Comic Book Company channel. Issue number 17. Epic double-sized issue. Here we go. Right next to me, Jeremy, introduce yourself. Welcome to the show for the first time. Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm Jeremy Talamontes. I got a comic book, Muscle Core, and a free anthology I'd make with some friends in Seattle and my brother called Scarf. That's completely free. Muscle Core, basically a delinquent forced to be on a superhero team. Court ordered, you know.
Wow.
So that's what I'm working on.
Where can you find this stuff?
Just in my backpack. No, I take it around to comic shops. I have it in, I would say, most shops in the city. I think, you know, and Scarf I'm just kind of giving out. I work at the Comic Experience Outpost.
Okay.
And so I just have a stack of these at all times, and these for $2.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How long you been doing this?
I would say I've been working on comics for like the last decade, but seriously getting stuff like this out, this is the last couple years.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's some cool stuff. We finally have a professional on here, Rick.
Yeah.
Speaking of professionals, what's up, Juan? How you doing? Say hello to everyone.
Hi, I'm Juan Medina. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Ray's friend.
He's being forced here by gunpoint.
No, I'm always happy to be here, man. It's always a pleasure.
I told you to smile more. Welcome back, Juan. And first time on the show, too, also, our good friend. Was on his podcast a bunch of times, so we got some good experience coming on there. So it's Saturday. J. Austin Graham, welcome. Introduce yourself. So hello.
Yeah, I'm glad I forced myself onto your show.
It was bound to happen, man. He caught me at the right drunk moment.
Remember that time you were on my show, Ray?
The several times you were on. Okay, good. He held me outside the balcony like Suge Knight, man. Made me sign some papers.
Vanilla Ice Cube?
You iced me, bro.
Dude, I gotta see a doctor now, though.
Yeah.
You out the window.
It would have been a lot worse last year, man. Over in the corner over there, our little engineer extraordinaire.
I'm waving and nobody can see me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
wave.
Hello, everybody.
He's very little.
Wave like the world is see.
Hi, guys.
He's only 2 feet tall.
Very little man.
We don't have a long lens to fucking see him. That's why.
It's all good.
All right, so it's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna talk a couple trailers first. A couple things came out, little small ones. Stranger Things. I don't know if you guys are big Stranger Things fans. I am. There's a little teaser coming. Oh, Jay hasn't seen anything.
I've only seen the first season.
Oh,
So.
wow. Oh, well, yeah.
Let's just move on.
Cover your ears, Jay. Well, there's a big spoiler. It's like truly just a teaser trailer. This is they have a big reveal of a character not dead,
Not gone.
not gone, not forgotten. Jeremy, have you watched Stranger Things? Are you a fan of this stuff?
My girlfriend watches it. I've caught a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of like the 3D monster attacking them, and it was just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And I was like, all right. You know, I also prefer like puppets and real monsters.
Yeah, we
interacting.
We advocate practical effects here at the some comic company.
I just like puppets. I like furry, bright colored puppets.
Fucking Muppets running around in Stranger Things.
I like
Get you.
Juan, did you care about any of this?
I like Stranger Things. I love the first season. I watched part of the second season. I don't know. I think I got sideswiped by a bunch of other really good TV and work and stuff. But yeah, it's. I love it. I love the music, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. Yeah, I'll check out. I think I'll get back into it.
Yeah, the third season is really good. I think it really picks up the third season. Jay, what'd you think of the first season so far?
Oh, I loved it though.
Yeah.
Like Juan said, like I like the Goonies, like atmosphere of it. Like it's really fits the '80s great. But it really reminds me of Spielberg.
Yeah. They pretty much If you grew up in the '80s, I guess you kind of feel more nostalgic towards the stuff they're kind of referencing and stuff. Rick, you hate Stranger Things.
I do. I really.
How many times have you rewatched
You're just not like nostalgia.
No, I've rewatched season 1 about 8, 9 times.
Wow.
I've watched season 2 maybe about 7 times.
Wow.
I've watched season 3 about like 5 times.
Well, slacker.
Yeah.
You really hate that show.
I know, right? I nitpick the shit out of it. But no, it's just I really enjoy everything about it. It's like it catches all the nostalgia for me. You know, left and right.
It's a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah. It's like the way when you. I mean, I remember the first time you told me to watch it, Ray. I was like, dude, I haven't watched it yet. It's like, what? Like weeks went by. Did you watch it yet? I'm like, no. It's like until he finally just had it. Fuck this, we're watching it. And he threw on episode 1. I think at that time after he threw on episode 1, I watched like the first 5 episodes with him. As soon as I left, like at like 9 o'clock, I went home, finished the season, and then started it again.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was hitting everything for me. It felt like Steven Spielberg, John Carpenter, and fucking and Stephen King were all thrown in the room. And this was their love child out of like some kind of horrific orgy that they had. So I'm like super excited for this one. Not I don't want to give too much away because Jay hasn't seen it. But yeah, it's
y'all can talk about it.
I just yeah.
No,
that's what
you ruined it, Jay.
about.
Now we don't want to talk about it anymore.
It definitely gets from what I saw, it definitely gets me excited for what's going to happen, especially the way season 3 ended and the fact that sorry, Jay, this is one little spoiler. The fact that they're moving everything out of Hawkins, and it's going into a bigger world now. That's the thing that got me.
What do you think about them spoiling the big reveal? Like
everybody knew. Everybody knew.
Stuff.
I mean, everybody didn't want to hear it at the end of the season 3. Like, oh no, no. It's like no, yeah. That's he was too he did too much throughout that show. Like, yeah, don't fucking Ned Stark this guy, please don't.
As well as see Jay do this the whole show. Let's just pretend we're talking about
Jay's gonna forget to take him out at one point.
He's like, are you guys still talking about it? Yeah. We're still on Stranger Things.
It did make me think while I had my hands in my ears that, kids watching this show who didn't grow up in the 80s are probably looking at it the way we watched The Wonder Years.
Possibly, yeah. I could definitely see that. I was like fascinated with all the Kevin Arnold.
I mean, like it was still a great show, but you didn't have any memory of that stuff.
Yeah, you have no nostalgia for that era.
I guess the only nostalgia that you can get, well, like for me, my parents actually grew up in that era, so that's the thing that I was able to relate to them with. And it's funny that you say that, because I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of kids that their parents are like, our age, and they can relate in some kind of way, which is kind of cool, For sure. It's full circle. It's full circle. Wonder Years and Stranger Things.
All right. So this next trailer, this thing is hilarious, man. I didn't know I needed this in my life. The Iron Mask, Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan in the same movie. It's a fantasy movie. There's like Chinese dragons in it. This is a fucking acid trip of a movie. I think we all need to do a bunch of acid and go to this movie. Jay, did you watch this trailer? What'd you think of this, man?
I was thinking, why have one action star you can't understand? When you can have two?
Oh yeah, Mr. Jackie. He's like a soldier, or then Jackie's like some old wizard guy. Like I don't know. This movie's all over the place, man. Did you watch this trailer?
No, was it made in China?
I think it's Chinese made.
Yeah,
it's like
I haven't seen it.
Geriatrics fighting, dude.
Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger duking him out, man. I didn't know I needed this, but I do, man.
No, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, and it sounds fucking awesome. Jackie Chan will always sell me on something.
Yeah,
no matter what.
The banter between them is, but like Jay said,
I can't believe that.
this is all over the place. It's set like in a medieval times.
I hope there's a line where Arnold Schwarzenegger's character's like, "Do you understand the words that come out?"
You don't understand me. I can't understand you. What the hell are you talking?
You called it. That's definitely.
That's fucking happening.
Get to the dragon.
Get to the dragon.
Jackie, stop playing with the ladder. Put it down. Rick, you saw the trailer. What'd you think of this?
I did see the trailer. The shit that gets me about this is that this is part 2. So there was obviously a part 1. I don't know if they started
this is a part 2?
This is a part 2.
Wow.
So
was that Stallone and Jet Li in that one?
That'd be fucking... Yeah, I gotta watch it. You don't know. It could be fucking Sammo Hung and fucking Kurt Russell for all you know. It'd be like fucking...
I'd watch that.
Big Trouble in China part 2. I'm all for it. This looks fucking... it looks absurd. What the fuck, dude?
There's a mustache on Schwarzenegger.
God, I mean, the whole thing, he was like, oh, that's Genghis Khan's helmet. It's just a pot. Oh, put it down. I was like, oh, shit. This is, I need this shit. When I said movies are meant to be fun, I looked at this shit and I was like, what the fuck?
This is your
Yeah, we're definitely dropping shrooms, acid, a whole bunch of shit and watching this one.
Yeah, this is
It's going to be fucking bells and whistles all over the place.
it looks, yeah, if you watch the trailer, it's hilarious. When is this coming out? April, right? April 7th or some shit? This should have been April 20th.
April 10th.
Okay.
April 10th in the
just in
US.
time for 420, man. Let's all get high and go see Iron Mask. Is it Iron Mask 2 or just Iron Mask?
No, it's Iron Mask, but it's called Vi 2, Journey to China.
Vi.
Yeah, Vi, the first one is The Forbidden Empire or The Forbidden Kingdom.
Is that a Jackie Chan movie too?
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah.
Well, that one, yeah, I think it was with the kid from Sky High. He was.
Is that the one with Jackie Chan and Jet Li? Is that movie?
I think that could be the one. Oh, where Jet Li was like the Monkey King?
Yeah.
It could be.
I think that's
I have that one.
It's pretty good.
It is. It's fun. I didn't know Schwarzenegger was fucking somewhere.
Was he like he came out like Samuel L. Jackson at the end? Fucking. I want to
talk
to you. I want to talk to you about the Iron Mask Initiative.
This is how you know, like, the economic powers are switching, right? Because it used to be that like our stars would only go to Asia to do these like secret commercials.
Yeah, little whiskey commercials now. Right? Yeah, now they're fucking.
And now they're like, "Yo, you're not even like the main star in the movie anymore. you're in it, you know."
Yeah. Just put your name on the marquee.
They're flexing, dude.
What's Arnold Schwarzenegger doing? Oh, he plays a janitor.
Here's a cameo. All the Expendables guys do.
He has a key grip on that. Yeah, this movie looks amazing. I can't wait for this. All right, so Batman got revealed this week. Mr. Pattinson, Mr. Twilight himself. So they kind of released a little bit of the score too, and kind of like a test footage of his mask and stuff. I personally think this looks horrible. This looks like they're trying to do the Nolan Batsuit and Owlman from Night Owl from Watchmen together. It's a weird mashup. Jeremy, what'd you think of this Batsuit revealed? The little tease they gave us.
Again, didn't see it.
Didn't see
Sorry.
it.
I should have done my homework.
That's okay, man. What do you think of the casting of Robert Pattinson as Batman?
You know, it's gotten to a point where it's like, do whatever you guys want. I don't care.
No.
I don't, like, I'll see it at some point in my life, a lot of this stuff. I don't, I'm not super attached to Batman. And I think Robert Pattinson will be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be, got his training in, what were those movies?
The Twilight.
Yeah.
The Twilights. The Sparkles.
Twilight,
Sparkle Bats. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, his experience with vampire bats and shit. He's like perfect for the role.
Makes sense. Yeah. A little emo. Yeah, Batman's pretty emo.
I just think you can't top the Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's good. It's hard, man.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody's gonna beat the Nolan's movies.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, he made two and a half good movies, man.
The only thing that's going to make me exciting about Batman is a trailer where he's sitting at his computer looking at the ways to kill all the other superheroes.
Wow. If they did Tower of Babel, that'd be fucking dope.
Otherwise, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Like, you got to show me more than just a new batsuit. Unless the batsuit looked like it had vaginas on it or something.
Where the nipples should be.
You never go full Schumacher, man.
He pulls a fleshlight out of his
Orgasmo's already a movie.
Directed by Axel Braun.
I saw photos of it, but I didn't see the ears. Did they show the ears?
No.
Right? The ears are what they're keeping hidden. I thought it was kind of cool with the, the bat's sign is made from the guns, or the gun that killed his parents. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Look at you guys.
Oh man, they're getting super emo with this, man. I didn't read that part.
It's super like the suit has like a lot of like lines on it. Kind of reminds me of the Arkham Knight or whatever.
The first thing I thought of too. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the. You said it kind of looks like Owlman. Is it goggly eyes?
Oh, just got some weird, like his cowl looks weird. I don't know. It's like.
Is it gonna be like the Crow?
Nothing's like the Crow.
Well, if they make an emo Batman, it's gonna be very much like the Crow.
I mean, come on, like, don't we? I guess what is it? It's like we want to see every favorite iteration of the Batman comic book style on screen, right? And that's pretty much what
I
it
mean,
is, right?
I think that's all they're gonna do eventually. Like that's all they have.
Yeah, I feel like I'm never gonna see the Batman suit that I want because I'm probably in the mind I like the gray and it's kind of more blue.
Yeah.
And he's like fighting crime in the daytime, you know. Like I understand there because you have to make suits that look cool on a person. So I'm never gonna get like I like the kind of stupid like Hawkeye when he's got his dumb purple mask. And, you know, I don't want to see like realistic. I don't know.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I like the kind of, well, the MCU's been kind of good about like kind of mixing like kind of like throwing in hints of the old costumes and kind of modernizing it at the same time, making them kind of practical. But I do like the old suits when they pop up. Rick, please.
All right. So the thing
He has
that
a lot
gets
to say
me,
about this.
well, first of all, they don't show the ears. That's huge. You don't know, and I have a feeling the reason they did this, they released this. I like the music.
Music sounds alright. Yeah.
I like the music.
Sounds kind of Star Wars-ish.
Yeah, but it's good music. But
yeah, Giacomo is it Michael Giacomo, right?
yeah,
he's
I'm
pretty
wondering.
reliable.
I'm wondering if they released it this early because they're gonna redesign it, a la Sonic.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping
fix
for.
his teeth. And
Like, hey, is this cool? Like, are you guys good?
Right? That's how.
Oh, it got leaked. Yeah, no, yeah.
The only
It's a
leaked
test. Yeah.
only leaked costume that I really dug was fucking Ben Affleck's suit. I saw that suit and I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's Batman's suit."
The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
suit,
it made me feel like it was like I was looking at like Long Halloween, a little bit more darkish grays, not just black.
How do you feel about the possibility that in the future we'll all go to the films or we'll watch a film and like just like a video game, you choose which costume to
That's
suit?
sick. Like, and you just put your goggles on, like fuck that suit.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
going-
like that suit.
Yeah,
no, you're like I don't even like
the actor.
Pattinson. Yeah, let me make it Chris Bale.
Christian Bale back in. Let me take the gruff off and let me put Michael Keaton's voice in that.
That's what I'm
motherfucker.
saying, dude. You're just gonna
Just
be able
mix
to
and
switch
match.
it.
That'd be dope.
That would be hella dope, right?
Just create my perfect Batman.
I just want to de-age Alec Baldwin. Now you can play Batman.
Oh, that'd be sweet. The thing is that I hated about the suit though the most was the plating.
Yeah.
That's the reason I had an issue with the Flash suit. The Flash suit had too much plating. I'm just like,
You're a
it's
runner.
just
You're
a
not
lot of
supposed to have
unnecessary
fucking armor.
shit. I understand that Batman needs armor.
It's not an
but,
armadillo.
I mean, it just looks too. It looks too clunky. Cumbersome. I mean,
It's gonna be loud. How you gonna be sneaking around?
clank. He must be deaf.
Ninja.
Yeah,
Clink,
I
clink,
just,
clink.
but I do like the cast. I mean, Paul Dano, just a whole bunch of people up and down Andy Serkis, but this and Robert Pattinson. Don't get me wrong. I have a feeling he's gonna do a great job at it. It's just I always told everybody I'm gonna wait till I see the suit. The cowl, the jawline part, it kind of reminds me of the Batman cartoon, that new one that they came out with.
Oh yeah.
Where he's a little bit younger.
The Batman.
The Batman,
Yeah,
and it that's what it kind of looks like to me.
Yeah.
I kind of like that, but still, I need to see the fucking ears. I need to see if they're gonna adjust the up near the eyes, because like you said, that shit straight up looks like Owlman.
I want a more erotic Batman.
Yeah.
Just wearing lingerie out there.
Just barely wearing anything.
Nothing.
you know?
Nothing from the waist down.
He's wearing Robin's shorts.
This is a tribute.
Robin's like, Cheeky's Batman, what are you doing?
Not even. He just has like he's naked except for his cape and cowl and a really big utility belt.
What's that? That's the bat underwear. Leave that alone.
He's just like, and then the criminals are afraid of him because instead of beating him, he fucks them. You know what I mean? Like,
Joker would run.
I don't know. Certain Jokers probably stick around.
But yeah, I feel like I do need, like, I want white eyes on Batman. I don't know how you do that, but someone should make it happen.
the white
It's
eyes.
like
Like a Deadpool.
he can't. I don't want Batman with pupils. You should never
No, you're
go,
right.
like,
You're right.
Also, I think the problem with the other suits was like they were clunky here, so he had to like turn his whole body, and it was just kind of like he didn't look like he could sneak around and fuck someone up.
I don't want that.
Yeah,
at the same time, I don't want the motocross looking helmet either.
Yeah.
That's what I got like in Nolan's Batman.
I don't like the symbol, like the way
The melted gun.
Yeah,
I think there's too much symbolism there.
Yeah, I don't like
just
the-
drop
yeah,
that
just
shit, bro.
put a
Make a
fucking
good fucking
bat-
Batman movie. Get.
I like Matt
I
Reeves
think he should
directing.
fuck his enemies, though. You know what I mean?
Like the
Just like the penguin. You know?
That'd be kind of crazy. You hear whack, 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 whack.
So yeah, do you want to actually see it? Or?
If you want to make this,
Pulp
or is
Fiction,
it-
you're gonna close the door and all you
Yeah,
just hear
yeah.
is noises.
I think he wants to make a comic book with you.
You write it, I'll draw
I
it.
want to make some Batman hentai. What's up with that? Like,
I'm sure there's fucking plenty out there. I'm sure you can fucking find a bunch of Batman banging Nightwing fucking hentai.
Oh,
Hey,
Jesus.
man, why'd it have to be Nightwing, bro?
Yeah, dude.
Because that's what they always make online.
No, let's not go there.
It's like Alfred and
Rick
Always
Grayson
gay
does not
first.
approve.
I like to take it to the lowest common
It-
Yeah,
denominator.
thank you.
It went dark.
Yeah, I told somebody, oh yeah, your kids can watch this show. It's fine. Yeah, we just curse a little. They're talking about Batman fucking everybody. Oh god. There you go. That's the show. I want to talk a little bit. The James Bond thing came out. The Billie Eilish. Does anybody care about this?
She kind of killed it. I think
Yeah.
it's good, man.
Yeah, you like it?
It's hard to fucking not kill it. It sounds like she has like an orchestra with her. They always get orchestras with them, right?
Yeah,
You
usually.
can't- the contrast between like a modern day singer and then an orchestra, it's just always gonna sound good. I've kind of have mixed feelings about Billie Eilish, but I liked it.
Yeah, yeah. She kind of reminds me of Steve Buscemi a little bit. Anytime she's in a meme or something. Jay, you listen to this? What do you think?
Well, the song was. I like her voice. Like, but overall, I just feel like. When Bond stopped being about the gadgets, I stopped being about Bond.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, that's some deep shit.
Yeah,
I like the what's the new guy Daniel Craig. Like I like his interpretation of like a badass Bond, but I
No
miss the
gadgets.
gadgetry.
Yeah.
Like that's always been my thing.
I'm not a fan of the Daniel Craig Bond, and
Yeah, I haven't been really sold on him. So.
I get it. I mean, and he's cool, and whatever. But it's just like, and I try to explain this. It's like James Bond is a spy.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to look like a billionaire. He's not supposed to look like some buff ass dude. He's not supposed to look like a henchman, dude. Like, and so and it's just like you can see it coming from a mile away.
Fucking Bond now.
It's like he's supposed to be kind of handsome, but not like you should be able to sneak around, dude. Daniel Craig, he just looks like he's ready to beat people up.
If you're too
Brosnan
hot, if
was
you're too
great.
good looking, like everyone's gonna be looking at you, and your spy career is fucking over.
We don't want to be too good looking either. You're right.
Don't be like a fugly dude, and like no one pays attention. You know? Like,
Yeah, fucking Jason Biggs is fucking James Bond.
he's trying to order a martini, and they're just ignoring him at the bar.
Hey, come on. He's right here, all right?
Hey, I'm a fugly dude too. I should play James Bond.
We can all play James Bond.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that an Austin Powers movie could be made these days?
No.
Like
I heard that
making
they're
fun of foreign people and fat people.
He's
and
trying to
all
make
those
another one.
things. Like, yeah, I think
At
it's
the
funny,
moment,
but
yeah.
I was just wondering, like, if he'd get attacked in this.
Yeah.
I think he'd have to make fun of himself for being that way. So that's how he get away with those jokes. Is like, oh, I'm trying to
I'm
be
making fun of
trying to
people
be-
who make these
I'm
jokes.
trying to be awake, baby.
Me too, baby. Me too.
Creepy as shit.
Let's see, Rick. What do you think of this?
The song itself, like I don't really know who Billie Eilish is. I just know the name. It does one thing I like about it. It does feel like a Bond song. Like it has that slow. One thing about any Bond song to me, it has to feel like you're in a fucking nightclub, fucking like 1920s. Some dude's just gonna walk in, you're just in that atmosphere. It gives me that feel, but the lyrics is sometimes so fucking cookie cutter. You know, it's like I haven't had a good Bond song in kind of a while. I mean, Garbages was good. It was good, surprisingly enough. But like
The best is Carly Simon.
all Bond music, I felt like it went down when fucking Die Another Day. Let Madonna fucking do a song. And I think. Sorry, Alex. I think that. I think that
broke
that's
his little heart, man.
I
He's
know,
watching
I
at
broke
home.
his heart right now. I fucking mentioned Madonna and a lot of hate. But yeah, it's just that's where it kind of for me. That's where it kind of ended. Certain songs over the years, like I love Living Daylights, but it's not a great Bond song. I like View to a Kill. It's a great song. I love it, but I just kind of don't see it as a Bond song. But it's the song of its time. It's the '80s, you know. But this one, yeah, it's cool, but nothing stands out.
The best part of those opening credits when you were a kid, man, it was like softcore porn, man.
Yeah.
Naked lady, the
that a
silhouette
pirate
ladies,
lady?
like ooh, boobs. Yeah.
You see nipple shots, definitely.
That's when I became a James Bond fan.
I was pretty sure I saw labia in one of those.
Was that one of the spies?
A lot of vagina. Austin Powers brought it back.
Yeah, baby. All right, cool. Yeah, sure. When's that Bond coming out? In like June or something like that?
I don't care. I really don't. I'm on board with you guys. Daniel Craig, he is not that hashtag not my Bond.
I've never been sold on him.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a good action star. But yeah, you want to give me somebody like, give me Gerard Butler. I can see Gerard Butler.
He could do it. Oh, yeah. See, the thing is, man, I'm usually alone.
I could possibly see him.
I'm usually alone. No, but the other thing too is like Gerard Butler would be good, but you kind of need a guy that's not so built because then you see that he's more tactically trained and that he's using his gadgets more. Yeah. If you got a guy like Daniel Craig, he's just breaking everyone's arm, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Butler,
Steven Seagal.
You have Steven Seagal as Bond.
I'm gonna get you.
And he's squinting his eyes as he says that.
Yeah, current Steven Seagal. I really want to see that kind of.
I'd pay to see that.
I'd see him as a henchman. That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Let Sean Connery do it again.
I'm still okay.
Where's my grandson?
I can still do it. I'm tired of going to these tennis matches.
Who's the Bond now?
I love my tennis match. All right. So this article is pretty funny. There's a TV show. This Fox that's coming out of. It got greenlit. So basically, the plot of the show is this small town. This teacher is going to get his kids, these kids together, and they're going to reenact Goonies, shot for shot remake of Goonies. So that's the whole plot of the first season, I guess. So. Jay, did you read this article? What'd you think of this, like a Goonies reenactment show?
It's really. I'm surprised that I want to see it. It's a weird concept to have a show about making a shot. Oh, it reminds me of what was that movie? Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah,
they remade those
Jack
movies.
Black and what was the other?
They sweeted the movies.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. They're sweeting Goonies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sweeting Goonies.
Michelle Gondry made that.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Juan, what'd you think of this?
I think
if you could get all your friends together and remake a shot-for-shot movie, what would you do?
Predator. For sure, dude. Dude, because it's all the homies, man. All the homies would be there.
Who would you play? Who'd you play?
Man, I don't know. I'd probably play like every Latin bad guy that gets murdered.
Like gets shot up at the camp?
Yeah, just like...
You see you fall and then like crawl off and then run around and go...
It's like me wearing 20 different variations of the same costume.
That'd be one hell of an edit job, man.
That probably, yeah, that's for sure. But I think that would be a fun movie to sweep. For sure. I'm happy for them though. This is, you know what? It's art, dude. I always, I want to see people explore. Let me see it. Let's see what it's like. I'm intrigued for sure.
But it's not a reality show, right? Like
it's just it's
you voted off the movie.
You fucked up his Mikey kid. Out of here.
Get one in here.
Jeremy, what'd you think?
I'm sure it'll be fine. But it kind of reminds me of when they kind of remade The Room. And at a certain point, it's like, it's a nice little bonus, but you should just watch, like, The Room. Or, like, just watch The Goonies. I'm sure it'll be kind of fun to see some people reenacting it. But you're watching it because you've probably seen The Goonies so many times that you're like, just, it might be refreshing. It might be fun if you are a big fan.
If you read the description of it, it's like, a woman finds redemption through helping kids learn to make a movie. It's just like, it always starts with, find redemption.
Fucking
how about some movies where they don't find redemption?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this guy's life gets fucked up.
Those are good documentaries, really. It's real life. Yeah, no happy ending, too. Rick, you hate the Goonies also?
It actually feels like that lady looking at the Kramer photo, or that Kramer picture. It's like, I'm appalled, but yet I can't stop looking away. He's a brute. This is like, oh man, it's weird. I really want to see this, but I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel.
It's like I don't mind somebody like reenacting it with their kids, but why are you guys putting it on TV? You guys are trying to jump on that whole nostalgia thing again, and that's what they do. And fuckers are gonna get me because I fucking love the Goonies. But yeah, is it gonna be like? How are they're gonna do sets, or are they sweeting the fucking movies?
Here's what I want to know: are they gonna put the octopus in it?
They better.
That's a good question. That's,
Do you know about the octopus?
Oh yeah, the deleted scene. Yeah.
No, I don't know about
You
it.
never, you know how they mentioned the octopus at the end? Oh, the octopus is very scary. You know, so there is an octopus scene when they actually come off the
really
thing.
cheesy.
It's
and
super.
terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's like somebody like fighting a garbage can.
What did they do? They fucking threw a radio at it and fucking like scurried away with the radio.
It was in the Disney version. Like I remember watching it on Disney Channel one time, and like they edit out when like the pinchers of power go for the guy's balls.
Oh,
like, so
and they
cut
give you
that
the
out,
octopus
and
instead?
they put the octopus in.
That's fucked up.
And there's another scene
You're
where
robbing
they
our
meet
childhood.
the bully in like a store. And there's like some video game thing involved. Like, but they added these weird scenes in because they cut other stuff out.
Probably at the was at the pizza parlor.
Yeah,
probably with
that's
fucking
it.
Chunk.
I tell people all the time, octopus,
Yeah.
octopi are strictly for hentai. You gotta keep them. If it's not hentai, this is gonna be a hentai-rich show.
That's what the show should be. Is that
Hashtag
making Goonies
hentai.
porno?
Hey, by the way, like when you guys film this, like there's a transcription now, right? YouTube transcribes everything we're saying, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the government's watching.
Oh my
right?
god, you think-
Jay's on right now. Come on.
you guys might get some cool fans.
This is what we get most. All the NSA is fucking watching.
They will get no views.
All the government agents are watching today. It's great.
Damn, we have hentai Batman. Hentai and the Goonies.
Man, the tags are going to be great for this show.
If,
man.
if
Yeah.
hentai comes to the SF comic book company, Ray, I'm fucking leaving.
Are you serious?
What's wrong with hentai? God.
No,
It's perfectly natural.
we're being like, no.
Man. SF Comic Book Company is for everyone, Rick, okay? Hentai lovers and such, okay?
Yeah, they can love hentai. I'm not a part of it. I
I'm
watch.
just going to start standing up and clap. Oh, man. See, I told you it wasn't going to get political today, guys.
It's gonna be a fun show. It's gonna be a fun show, folks.
All right. Before we get to the this main topic, I just want to talk about. Anybody see Birds of Prey yet? No. Okay.
Sexist pigs.
Yeah, I'm about to be.
Exactly why I haven't seen it. I saw all the reviews from the right, and I was like, nope, not seeing this feminine nonsense.
It's definitely there's no dudes do not look good in that movie. There's no positive male.
What are the role
not a-
models from?
there's and that's fine.
Does
There's
she
a bunch
put
of
on a motley even once?
a what?
Jester's costume.
Oh no, they like hint at it. Like this movie was made by people that never read a comic book because none of these characters act like their characters in comic vaguely in name only. Like they don't even look like them. They don't act like them. They have none of this is totally like just hey they have characters these names. They semi have these kind of abilities. Okay, just throw them in the movie. I will make whatever I want. Fucking there was I wouldn't say the whole movie's bad. There's a couple good action scenes. There's a couple like funny.
Ewan McGregor's good.
Ewan McGregor's actually really
Ewan
good.
McGregor's really good.
Oh, so you only like the guy part in it?
Wow.
Huh? See how it is, man.
Wow.
This movie was pretty much unnecessary, man, because it made no sense. Like, this movie's a mess. Really, it really is.
It really is.
This movie is not made. This is made for a young Hot Topic fan. This is not made for grumpy old gentlemen. So if you're a grumpy old gentleman like us, it's probably not a good idea to go watch this movie.
Yeah.
So do you think it's possible that it's good and we just can't comprehend it?
No. No, it really isn't. This pretty much hits on. I kind of equate it to a Ghostbusters 2016. And
So you hate women? Is that
I
what you're
enjoyed
saying?
it. I enjoyed
liked
it too. It was an
Ghostbusters
entertaining movie.
2016.
no,
I watched-
watched, and I'll tell you this. I still watch Ghostbusters 2016. I like bad movies, so
I like that Ghostbusters.
I watched
Yeah,
10
hate
minutes
it.
of that movie. I, had
I
to turn
hate
it off.
I hate it. It's just so bad. It's like a car crash to me.
I-
And that's what this felt like. It's
How
just
would
a
the
fucking
movie
car
have
crash.
felt if, like, at the end, the last 15 minutes, it's just Batman beating up all the women, and, like spanking them? You know what I mean? It's like
Not
this.
fucking
You're not a
just
super.
spank.
You're not a super villain. You don't know what you're doing. You're silly. Get over
I
here.
probably would have. I would have went to go see that if I got Ben Affleck spanking Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Some like scary erotic shit there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Erotic
after the
Batman.
credits.
Oh, you're okay now. With hentai, you have a whole problem. Yeah.
Just
Spanking
Pick a lane,
okay.
Rick.
This is live action porn, right?
No penetration, just spanking.
I can do that.
Some like-
I'm okay with that. But dude, this fucking movie. This is what so when I first heard that Margot Robbie had the chance to do Birds of Prey or Gotham City Sirens, and the fact that she chose Birds of Prey instead, it shows how, like, for real, she's insecure as an actress.
Oh.
Because she chose a vehicle for her. Like, that's what this feels like. It's a vehicle just for her.
Well, yeah, she has that.
Yeah, you don't.
She came out of the Suicide Squad as the most popular character,
Yeah.
like one. So of course they're
Well,
gonna.
I mean,
like,
so
why
you-
wouldn't she choose?
No,
that, though?
but the whole thing, because it makes a vehicle for you doesn't mean it's going to be a good movie. Birds of Prey as a comic book fan, I would so much rather see Harley on screen with Poison Ivy and Catwoman. But see, right there, it's like they would have to have two big ass actresses to fill those other two roles.
And it's not just about her.
Yeah, Harley Quinn was sharing the screen with Black Canary. I'm sorry, but she's a B-line character.
Yeah, they're all like.
Huntress is a C-line character.
C-listers.
C-listers. The only character I loved Renee Montoya. I thought she was actually pretty good in it. I like Rosie Perez. But
Like Cassandra Cain was.
Cassandra
like,
Cain was fucking. Oh my god, fucking horrible.
She's such a badass. Like all these women in the comics are badass characters, but they like.
She's fucking Rose Tico.
Yeah.
They could have just left the name Cassandra Cain out of it and made a whole other character. Uncomic related. Fucking give me what's the guy? The fake Robin from the fucking Nolan Dark Knight Rises. Just make a fake character.
Well,
Your real name is Robin.
I do want to know, like, I want to get some female, like, comic book fans.
I would love that.
Opinions on this movie.
Yeah.
But I want them to be fans already. Like,
Yeah.
I want
an established fan.
Yeah.
Who's read for a while, knows the character, can and not as much as they can know it, but because the thing is, I don't want to sound like an asshole. People are gonna be like, "Oh, well,
Too late for that, Rick. Fuck.
Yeah, well, did you hear the other thing they did? They changed it.
Yeah, they changed it to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn. And why? Because the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn, all that bullshit.
You put the word fantabulous
They
in there.
put the fucking word fantabulous.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys are specifically catering
Yeah.
to a certain fan base,
And you're turning off a certain fan base by putting
my whole
that
thing
word in
is,
there.
I'm all for making these girl power movies.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, please make the movie good first, because that actually girl power. If you make a good movie, don't just like put like all this bullshit. Oh, look, the girls are having fun. They're just kicking ass, and it's like, yeah, but
And men are horrible, right?
It's not a good movie though.
There are lots of great movies with like
Strong
Alien,
female leads.
Terminator, that kind of thing.
Fifth Element. I always go back to Fifth Element.
Oh yeah,
you know?
that
Fifth
one's
Element's a great
great.
one. Fucking Lila was kicking ass like fucking a savage
Oh,
in that
hell
movie.
yeah.
You gotta
That's
let
a
them
great
experiment,
example.
though. You know, you gotta let them. They're trying to understand. You know, at the end of the day, it is a market, right? We love comic books, we love cartoons, or whatever. But it was marketed toward us, and they understand. They understand our market, and they're trying to figure out. They're trying to crack. Well, how can we make these comic book, heroines appealing to young women and all that? And
Wonder Woman did well.
Yeah.
Well, you
well,
guys have
but
heard
they still gotta
heard the
practice a little
phrase,
more.
right? Go get woke, go broke.
yeah.
That's
Is that one of your new
So-
T-shirts?
I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because the one thing that gets me about people who it's like I don't like get political at all, but the people who want like these roles to get changed to appease certain people, they don't even fucking go to the movie.
Right.
They don't go to the fucking movies. I go to the movies, but
Yeah.
yet you're gonna fucking treat me like the fucking asshole
Yeah.
because this is what I want to see. Well, bitch, you're not going.
yeah.
Yeah, does that come in and
Yeah.
change it? And
Yeah,
then
and
you're
then
like,
fucking
well,
just
why-
like, hi guys, all right, it's changed.
Yeah.
Peace, and they walk away. I'm like, fuck you guys. Now you left me with a piece of shit.
That's
That's a good
like
point.
me when one of the e-girls I follow gets a big boob job. And I'm
Oh,
just like,
God.
man, I like those natural boobs better. But she's like, but you're not the one paying me.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's a
You
good
got
point.
it.
She got
like,
you. So Jeremy, what's the word on the street? Have you heard anything about this? Any word from the comic? Any geeks complaining about this or praising it?
I've
Or?
been listening to you guys. You know, I do think one of the main faults is like people feel like it's just enough to be like, well, it's a woman, we've done our job, or whatever. X character is like, it's this person, it's a Latino, we've done our job. And it's like, no, you need to make this character have problems and like overcome something. But I also understand it's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they do want this
Yeah.
fan base of the Hot Topic kids, and that's fine because the movies go one way. It's like comic readers go to the movies, but the moviegoers don't go and start reading comics. No one's picking up Harley Quinn, or no one's going to buying more Batman because they went and saw a Batman movie.
Yeah.
It only goes one way, so there's kind of not. It's pointless to cater to a small.
But
niche.
one thing that it gets me about this, and it's because I don't think I've ever had this reaction to Marvel movies at all when it comes to their comic book movies.
Well,
there's small little things that I may not agree with, but they don't fucking kill me and put me over the top and beat me over the head with it.
Well,
DC does.
DC's playing catch up.
DC does, but it's like, why do they play catch up? Is because they don't let their filmmakers or their writers, they don't trust them enough. The fucking the studio gets way too involved.
No, I think that's probably true with Marvel too, though. I would think.
Oh well, Feige.
Well, they have
I feel
more
like
of a
Ant-Man could have been cool.
Ant-Man?
with
Ant-Man
Edgar
could've been
Wright.
cool,
Oh,
yeah.
I still think Ant-Man
Well, that was good.
It was still fun.
It was a good
I
airplane
liked it.
movie.
It
I
was
saw
fun.
it.
If Edgar
Edgar
Wright-
Wright could have been better.
If Edgar Wright directed that movie the way it originally intended, I
Oh,
think
that
it
would've been great.
Oh, it would have been
amazing.
great.
Yeah, it would have
Oh,
been amazing.
no doubt.
I didn't know he was intended to direct.
No, for years
Really?
before the MCU was even a thing,
Oh, wow.
he was like
He wanted
attached
to do
it.
Ant-Man.
And there's a lot of, like he's
That would've been
still
good.
credited in the story too because they used some of his stuff in the movie. So it was okay. The second one sucks. I hate the fucking second one.
Yeah, I mean,
I
whatever.
don't hate it, but I love the first one. Because
The first one
I
was cool.
didn't know much about Ant-Man going in, so for me that was like all new, and I really enjoyed
And see, and that's what I'm happy that Marvel was able to do that for you.
it. Yeah.
But see, what's gonna get me is that there's gonna be a whole fucking generation of people going in
That's
to see this
their
Harley
Ant-Man.
Quinn movie,
Oh yeah.
and it's gonna turn
That's
them
who
off the
the-
fucking comics because it's just like it's a bad movie.
Or they're gonna like, I want that Harley Quinn, those characters, but I read the comic. Then
And
I
there's
like
nothing
this,
like
and
They
then
need to
yeah.
be shown the Batman series.
It's like I almost have the same.
Series.
I have
It's,
almost
it's
have,
introduction.
I almost have the same issue with Aquaman in a way. It's like Aquaman's
Actually,
too broy. He's not regal enough.
I surprisingly loved Aquaman, and I thought I would hate it.
I loved it.
Because going in, I was like, I don't give a fuck about Aquaman. I don't really want to watch this movie. My friends maybe, and it was pretty cool.
It was
They
fun.
tied you to a chair and like open your eyes like Clockwork Orange. Like you're watching this fucking shit.
Waterboarded me. Aquaman.
Maybe it's
Who's Aquaman now, huh?
it might just be part of like a bigger like branding or marketing strategy where they're just like, well, Margot's character is hot, so
That's what it is.
We just want to get more merch out there.
Yeah.
And then they're
that
just
makes
like,
sense
and
when
then,
you say Hot Topic.
and they're just like, okay, so they already knew the movie wasn't good. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I think so
They
too.
knew,
Yeah.
right? But they're like, but it does not about it. There's like some cool iconic scenes, some cool iconic imagery. I haven't seen the film. I have a feeling there's probably some parts of it are shot really well.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
couple.
no, there's some fun. There's some cool
Right,
scenes.
right.
Yeah, there's some
But-
cool action. There's a couple cool, funny
funny
lines.
lines.
Doesn't need to be rated R though. It
Dude,
was
that's
kinda-
enough. And look, this is what we gotta understand, right? Dude, the old Batman, fucking the one with Adam West. It was bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it was good.
I love. It was so bad. It was
But
good.
it was good, right? And so the point is that it's like I'm sure that like sometimes you just got to get it out there, and you got to let people have like, hey, your young women, your hot topic goers. Hey, this is your sacrificial cow. Like you have to have it. It's just bad. It's these characters.
But you have it now.
That you're gonna want to research more
But
and
it's
find
gonna sell some
and find
t-shirts.
better versions of them, and then you're gonna be begging the studios to make like a good, faithful adaptation of it. But for right now, you're just gonna get all these cheesy ass fucking photos and T-shirts and wallpapers and I kind of it's I think it's part of growing in a fandom in a way. You start out with something that's kind of
Well, I'm hoping that that's true.
Yeah.
Because this, I think a lot of those characters need to be redeemed. Definitely.
Sure.
Super redeemed. I mean, it's not. Hopefully, it's not a Kylo Ren situation.
Like Huntress, man. Huntress is a great comic book character.
Yeah.
Man. They
joked her. She was a little jokey in this.
They
one.
jobbed her out, man. They just made everybody like a one note joke and just like I don't know, just
Like I said, Margot Robbie chose this particular property because it was her and these minor characters.
yeah, she was never gonna be outshined by any of these.
She
guys.
did exactly. She was because you choose like right now, who's Catwoman? It would have been Zoe Kravitz. So now she's going to be sharing the screen with Zoe Kravitz. Oh, I'm sorry, but Zoe Kravitz is a little too hot for you. Are you scared, Margot Robbie? Is that what getting you?
I gotta say, as a decision though, like I can't blame her. For
Yeah,
making
No, I
that
can't.
choice.
I can't. But it's just at the same time, it's like if this is the character that you're like, oh yeah, I love this character. But where does Harley's story go fit better in? Does it fit better? Because I have
I see what
a
you're
lot of the
saying,
Gotham City
'cause
Sirens
you
stories.
Can
The
continue
stories,
with the character better.
exactly. The stories in Gotham City Sirens lend themselves so much better than Birds of Prey.
This is kind of random, but you know who I think would have been a great director for Birds of Prey? That would have I think would have had a better collaborative experience. I was just thinking Robert Rodriguez.
That would have been dope,
right?
Holy
Yeah.
fuck,
Dude, the way he filmed the girls in Old Town in Sin City, bro. I mean, it's just like those are they're basically birds of prey right there.
Yeah.
Planet Terror too. I could say.
Oh my god. I just had a fucking like fanboy fucking.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel
Even Alita, Battle Angel. That was actually not a bad movie.
That's a good movie.
It was actually not a bad movie.
Rodriguez make that?
Yeah, it's his first movie with like an actual
I watched
budget.
that
Like,
the other night.
He's
I
one of the
watched
most
wrong
versatile directors I love, man. That guy can do kids movies, fucking action, horror. Yeah,
I like the fact that he's like step.
He's a maverick.
I like the fact that he was doing his own shit and like low budget shit, but like at some point you want to see him actually.
And he did it. To me, he knocked it out of the
I
park.
thought he did. Yeah, it was a good job.
I like that.
Hey, a little help from.
But Robert
James
Rodriguez
Cameron.
directing a fucking. I would love to see him direct Gotham City Sirens, though.
I'm with it. I mean, any superhero film.
Any superhero.
Definitely, I think that he
Blue
kind
Beetle.
of he brings a good tone for the DC universe. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be great.
I think.
Dude, I'm fucking sold on that. Robert. But would he work for WB?
He's with Cameron's company right now, so
Yeah.
So
But would he work? That's the whole thing. Would he work for WB?
They would work.
I'd love him to do Blue Beetle. That'd be sick as shit, dude.
Latin character too. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah.
They'll probably cast him as, I don't know.
All right, Birds of Prey. Yeah, go watch it, folks.
Go watch it.
Go take a
Form
bunch
your
of
own
acid.
opinion, and then let me fucking argue with you forever.
That should be your rating. Like how many tabs of acid you should take.
Yeah, all the acid.
to make it good.
Yes, all the acid.
all the acid you
Very
can find.
colorful.
It's
Very
five
colorful
squares.
good ass. Like what I did the other night. I should have watched Alita, and I watched Selfie from Hell.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a
Bad decisions, Jay.
Watch
Bad
Alita.
decisions.
I mean,
Yeah,
every
no.
time.
All right, cool. So I just want to throw this out there, just kind of a little discussion about some of your favorite like arcade games, arcade experiences from like youth and such. Arcades are kind of coming back. There's so many barcades now and
for sure.
popping up. Going on, our nostalgia of the arcade. Jay, I picked this topic just for you, man. 'cause
Awesome, thanks. I love it.
some of your favorite arcade games, some of your favorite experiences. What do you remember from the arcade days?
So I'm gonna start off by you mentioned barcades. Have you been to anybody
Yeah.
been to some of those?
Yeah.
I have not.
They're
What?
fun.
They're fun.
You're not
They're
allowed
really
in?
fun.
No, it's just like I can play all
Is your
the
picture
old
at the door?
arcade games I want at home on a big screen, with my weed and my own beer that I can pay a decent price for, and I just play great games at home. And like if I go to a thing, it's like, oh, I gotta pay how much? $3 to play this game that I could play
at home
that I could buy for $3 and play as much as I want. Like it's just a weird concept to me. But I love my favorite arcade game growing up was Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
Like,
the
The one in
arcade
the
one.
pipes.
Yeah, no, Super Mario Brothers, not Mario.
Not Mario Brothers, okay.
Super Mario.
Oh, okay. Just basically the NES game, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was in the arcade cabinet that had like Duck Hunt
Oh, yeah.
and Super Mario, but it was like a different version of Super Mario Brothers. Because when I got it home, when I finally got the NES, I was like, hey, this is different, and it's like the arcade version's harder. There's things that are like blocks are placed differently, like
More
at
enemies.
They want your quarters.
at the end of level 2, where you go to the warp zone.
Yeah.
Instead of being flat, you have to jump over some things
Oh,
to
shit.
get to the warp zone. So it's actually a harder game. But I just remember, like, the first time I saw somebody get a fire flower, I was like,
That's when
wait
your
a
flower
minute.
went away, right?
Like, you can spit fireballs? This is crazy. And it was kind of, and the next thing I can compare to that was the first time you see Street Fighter and somebody pulls off a fireball, again a fireball, and you're just like, what the fuck was that? I've seen people kicking and punching. How did this guy do that move? And like that to me, that's what really changed arcade games was the fighting games.
Yeah. It
Like-
made it more like everybody was like playing against each other, and like it was more like a communal kind of thing.
I always hated
But-
like you'd be like on a fighting game and like some little kid would come up and put his quarters in and then fuck you up.
Yeah,
You're
it's like
cool.
I'm on a nice little roll here, you little bastard. Fuck you.
You're like 10. You're like, cool. All right.
That was great though. You could put your 1 quarter in and play for like potentially forever if you're good enough.
Yeah.
But
I was
like,
never good enough. I need a stack full of quarters in my
I
phone.
liked Mortal Kombat. That was my game. Once that game hit, and I was like, oh, I would just sit there and watch other people play because you want to see the fatalities, you want to see the blood, and it's just like, okay, it's my turn.
I can never
and
pull
I'd
any of
learn,
those
and
fucking
I'd
things.
learn,
I was an
and-
arcade
I
junkie,
loved
man.
it, yeah.
Arcade junkie, like
Juan,
when
he
I was-
kicks my ass in fighting.
when I was young, like we
This
would
guy.
summer in Tijuana. We would go to Tijuana, man, and then like
Summer Tijuana.
I'd always
He blasted the sun when he said that too.
dude,
Sweet Tijuana.
I always find the arcade. They would call me Juanito Maquinitas, right? Because Maquinitas, right? And then,
La maquinitas,
bro, I would go down there and like just play like all kinds of great, like Snow Bros, which is fucking great.
That was great.
Right? That was so good. The sprites are so beautiful. The music was really great. Golden Axe,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe is my, who's your guy in Golden Axe?
Fuck, you know me. I'm boring. I'm the barbarian.
Yeah, I love the fucking elf dude, man. With
The elf dude was
he had the axe while you the game's
Oh,
called.
no, I like the
the
chick.
girl.
I always played with the chick.
Because she had the biggest magic meter.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah,
damn, I got the
magic
fucking
kick
dragon
ass.
coming down and fucking you
I
up. and
love the
everything.
dragon.
Kicking those little fucking gnomes. And
That was the best.
Just fuck those little fuckers up until they run.
I remember I'd be playing that game, you know, or I'd be playing Dungeons and Dragons, you know, the Capcom version, and people would come play, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're like best friends now.
We're bonded.
And they're just like, get the fuck away. But there's one thing that time that stands out in my mind. I was at an arcade in Tijuana, and it's like on this dirt road, and like this is the only building there, and it's just an arcade. And they had a Street Fighter 2 machine in there, and I was playing, I was kicking somebody's ass, and I started talking shit. I was a stupid little shit talker. And the guy's like, yeah, you talk a lot of shit. You want to fight outside? I was like, yeah, let's go outside. I went outside, and I like legit tried to do a hurricane kick.
Did you say the words too, bro?
I think I probably did.
Whoopsie.
And the guy, the fight was over because he was just laughing so hard. Him and his friend couldn't believe that I tried to do it. It was pretty bad, dude.
But if you had pulled it off,
Oh, yeah.
You would have been a legend.
I was like, you're getting this hurricane kick in the video game and in real life, dude. But yeah, I was obsessed with arcades, man.
Oh, shit.
Some of the best times in my life, dude. Just and during a hot summer day in the cool, shadowy room of an arcade, you know, with the soda pop and just all the wonderful sounds. The Neo Geo machine, dude. The Neo Geo with like 6 or 7, you know, usually like 3 to 5 games.
Samurai Showdown,
Bro,
baseball,
Fatal Fury. Come on, man. It was just like
King of Monsters.
Oh,
Samurai
dude,
Showdown
so
was
good.
always my favorite of the Neo
So
Geo
good.
games.
Yeah.
What was the final? No, what's it called? The one with Terry Bogard, Andy
Yeah,
Bogard,
that's Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury.
You're saying Art of Fighting is the one before that. It's the
Yeah.
one with something Garcia, Robert Garcia.
Robert Garcia.
You know, I always picked him. I'm gonna pick the Beaner. You know what I mean? He has like dress shoes and a ponytail. I'm like, get your wetback ass over here. You know what I mean? We're gonna whoop some ass.
Jeremy, we got any arcade games?
yeah,
set up?
there's a lot that come to mind. I love Qbert.
Oh
Fuck
man,
yeah.
that's
Hubert?
classic.
That's the little
Oh,
Qbert homage.
Nice.
But also, part of that's because no one plays it. So anytime I play on a machine, it's like I'm getting high scores. I'll be like 7, 13, and 15 on there. I liked all the side scrollers, which there was like X-Men, Ninja Turtles, and Simpsons
Turtles,
one.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that shit was
Yeah,
awesome.
the team
Beat 'em
ones.
ups.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
beat 'em
Any
Yeah, those are
Marvel
great.
superheroes? Any like I like those better than the fighting, like the Capcom crossovers.
Pit Fighter was one of those.
I don't know.
Oh, I
Pit
love
Fighter.
Pit
was
Fighter.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was a good
like
one.
right before Street Fighter came
Pit
out.
Fighter was like some like white trash. Just a white dude, like red with alcohol poisoning, with like no shirt on, just like
Yeah.
hella stiffly fighting in cowboy boots, dude. Just like, just you can tell like the next person who's gonna catch his beating was his wife. You know what I mean? Like,
You go play as that character. Did you guys
Kicks her in
ever?
the face. Yeah.
I used to love Metal Slug too. That was,
Oh,
that was some
Metal
white
Slug.
trash shit too.
dude, the animation,
Just
yeah.
drop in and just fuck.
Oh, dude.
Metal
So
Slug's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, I remember going to the Taqueria's down on Mission. Always had like good arcade games.
Always.
Yeah, I remember going. I think it was the one on like 18th. They had Outrun, the stand-up Outrun arcade, the driving game. Man, I used to love that game so much. Bad Dudes.
Oh
versus
yeah, Bad Dudes.
Bad Dudes versus Ninja Force, man.
Super badass.
Just the sounds in that, man. Great, man. What else? It's like arcade games, like Terminator 2 Pinball. I remember that being
Pinball, yeah.
Space Harrier. That's the game.
Space
I
Harrier
can
is
always
dope.
remember the sound. Ooh!
Yeah.
Like, you always hear that in the arcade. Loudest game in there.
Altered Beast.
Oh,
yeah.
Altered
Altered
Beast,
Beast
yeah.
that's a lot of people.
Rise from your grave.
Exactly. How many people became furries because of that game?
Inspired a generation. Shinobi was a fun one too. Shinobi was a great one. There's some good pinball.
Did
You
y'all
see
ever
this-
see that holographic game by Sega where it was like 3D? And it was similar to Dragon's Lair, where you just pressed it. All you did was press a direction or like tell
Like
it
a
to
vector
shoot
kind of a
gun.
game?
Was it
But, like-
virtual on? Is that what you're talking about? Where you're like a mech?
Virtual Slow?
No,
What?
it's like the screen was literally a hologram.
Mm.
Like it had 3 different like projector things, and it made a 3D hologram. Like
Interesting.
it was.
Are you sure you weren't abducted by aliens?
This was a real thing.
I used
I
to
didn't
live on
just
it
dream this.
in San Jose. They had it was Nickel City, and everything was just a nickel. That was,
Sounds like heaven.
Wow.
dude, it was dope. And in the back, they had like a line of free games. There was like the Punisher and like Nick Fury. You could just run
Yeah,
around
I
and
remember
shooting
those,
people.
yeah.
Were they like selling drugs? Like how were they making money there, dude?
People put in a lot of nickels. I think you probably had to pay a couple bucks entrance
Yeah.
fee, and then it's like a nickel there on out.
Yeah, a couple of those barcades. Oh, just take quarters. Like I think the Emporium is like one of those spots where it's just quarters.
Really?
So it's
Ooh,
not
quarters?
like where you have to pay like $20 for a game. I hate
Okay.
that shit.
What about Time Crisis?
Oh,
Oh,
Time Crisis
come
was
on.
shit.
That changed the game. You had a pedal. You could.
I spent most of my time hiding.
It's just like your partner do all the work. Cover me.
I got your back, bro.
Oh, that Terminator gun game was the first gun game I ever beat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I like the gun games. You
Yeah.
know, those are fun right there.
There's an alien one that came out a few years ago. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, with the big ass fucking gun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that one's really
That one's
good.
fucking so cool, man.
What was that? Area 51? I never really
Yeah,
liked it, but I
51,
played it a
Area
lot.
51.
I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
this.
Area
And,
51
like,
and Site 4.
House of the Dead.
So I want to go back to one thing though, like, because Jay, you were saying like, why to go to the arcade? You know, you're right. You can get most of these arcade games at home. Get your weed, get your reasonably priced beer, but it's about like community. It's about energy. It's about like sometimes also it's like I like watching other people that are good at video games play.
So do I.
It's entertaining. Dude.
It
I'm
is.
like, yo, like someone that like
You learn something.
100%. And also, it's just like, yeah, it's just like I like seeing skill exhibited, and
have you
if you go to
ever
arcade, you can see it.
have you seen? There's a documentary called King of Kong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so
That's my
good.
favorite. It's like good versus evil,
Yeah, yeah.
played out
Great
with like no
documentary.
scale,
So good.
like or no stakes really, but it's like it's the highest stake thing at the same time. I like all the really class like. Pac-Man used to just make me so anxious, but I really enjoy it. It's like I'm like fucking actually scared, you know.
Yeah, some of those games
Yeah.
give you some fucking anxiety, man. Like, goddamn, man.
Galaga is dope and Centipede. Just the simple. Let me just slam this button a bunch and
For sure.
try and
Those
like
old school games are like so
Yeah.
simple, but they're hard.
yeah.
That's the key.
Rick, what's some of your favorites?
Oh my god, I got too many.
Yeah, but
So going back, so I kind of go through like eras. I was a big Defender guy. I used to love Defender. My brother used to pretty much was my card shark fucking Paul Newman style guy. Fucking right, my brother can beat your score. I'd just be on the fucking machine killing fucking everything. Half an hour later, my mom's fucking, hey, we gotta go. So it's fucking ceremony's closing. We gotta go.
Wait,
But there was a
your mother was Al Pacino?
yeah.
We gotta go! Go on!
Pretty much. So yeah, I was a big Defender. I love Pac-Man. I love Galaga.
Miss Pac-Man or regular Pac-Man?
Actually, I love regular Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
It's a lot harder. I
See, I told you he hates women, man.
yeah.
What is the difference? There's like I know like some of like the stuff that bounces around a little different.
The ghosts I feel in Pac-Man move a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Miss Pac-Man
Has more
the
levels
noise
and
and she
stuff.
has the bow tie. It's just her. When she eats the dots, it's a different noise too. Yeah, versus yeah. So
pretty good, Rick.
yeah, I do have a good impression. I like you mentioned the shooting games. So I love that T2 game. I know which one you're talking about.
I love
With the machine, like the machine guns.
And you get you're shooting the fucking the Skynet things at the beginning.
Yeah.
You're shooting Terminators running back and forth.
Fight the T-1000.
You fight the
at end.
T-1000. I like Operation Wolf. That was another one I fucking liked. Operation Wolf. I was a big Double Dragon guy.
Ooh,
I
I had that for NES. Me and my brother would just fight each other.
Beat mode. Fuck you, brother. I'm kicking your ass.
We just started playing that again because they fixed it. the NES. But I realized I was like, oh, we never got past the first level as a kid. We maybe got to 2 or 3. Like
now you guys are playing. All right, we're gonna do it, brother. Come
Yeah.
on, we're gonna play finally. Beats your ass as you're climbing the stairs. Kicks you off. My brother used to do that.
yeah, we just end up like fucking each other up
Yeah.
in almost any game.
Double Dragon's just like to me classic. I'm a fighter. I used to love the fighter games. Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat. My fighting game though was fucking Tekken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the best thing, like, and the other thing to touch upon what you were saying about the community, you know, going to a barcade. For me, it's the fact that I actually get to play the cabinet again. It's
like
something about, you know, the actual joystick, the buttons. I mean, I can have, like, I can play with my PS4 controller. I use my PS4 controller to play games like The Witcher, play, you know, Grand Theft Auto. I don't want to use a PS4 controller to play Pac-Man. It seems sacrilegious to me.
Yeah, no, there's something about standing in front
those
of
things
this
are
and
cool.
like.
If you get that I mean, that will probably bring a little bit more, but it's just that classic arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Seeing the artwork on the side.
Yeah, some like really dope cartooning. On
And
those,
like
the
the one
hamburger time guy. Like, yeah,
I
that's
still love with that April O'Neil on the side of the turtle.
Yeah,
She's
Like-
staring at me.
like one would
Oh,
probably be
so-
playing. One would probably be playing like Street Fighter, doing his thing, and then you know he's got somebody he's kicking the shit out of. And then what do I
Jay,
do?
yeah.
I just come over, put my quarter right on the fucking screen. I got next.
Yeah.
So shit like that, those moments, that's what I kind of love.
I love it.
It's like going there. It's like, all right, here we go.
See,
Just know I'm next.
I hated that shit.
I love it.
I would get my ass beat because I would just button mash. Once I found out like Wolverine had like some like claw attack, I would just do that and just get my ass kicked. Like,
The way I got good at Street Fighter, my Street Fighter machine was located at a Round Table Pizza right near the top of the hill, Daly City. So I'd go there. Yeah, I'd go there. It was right next to a Target, or not a Target. What's that? Thrifties at the time. So I go there. I see this little kid, you know, about my age, just kicking the shit out of everybody. 17-year-olds. This kid's just like whistling along, doing his thing, and he's doing Chun-Li, you know, doing the upside down, hopping on people. Then if I can see him, E-Hondas flying around the screen, fucking slapping everybody 100 times. I'm like, hey, you know, can you actually teach me all of this shit? And he goes, yeah, buy me a slice of pizza. For the slice of a pepperoni, he fucking taught me how to beat the shit out of everybody.
Dope.
So, I mean, after that, I was just like, you learn how to do one fireball? And he goes, yeah, if you do this, you know, if you know how to play right, you know how to play Ken. I was like, oh, okay. If you know how to do this move, you know how to do that move. They all have the same moves, man. You just gotta practice, like, your timing on the... After that, yeah.
Horrible at this fucking moves. I can never get those fucking moves off.
It,
man.
it was on.
I was
When
like,
Mortal Kombat 2 first came out, like that's what I would like. I learned where all the machines were in my city, and be like, my parents would be like, "Where do you want to go to eat dinner?" It was like that.
And
And
pizza
it's
place
just
that's
and
18 blocks away,
and
bro.
it was like, you know, it had just come out, and people didn't know the moves yet or stuff. And like Mortal Kombat 1, like that all the moves were like back, forward. Like
Yeah.
they were pretty.
They
simple
weren't
to
like, oh, you have
understand.
to make a half square fucking turn or whatever.
When 2 came out, like I just remember like going there early and just being like, we're gonna sit here and figure all these moves out for all these characters, and like it was fun, but it cost a lot to do that.
Yeah.
If you learn Baraka, you're okay to go.
Yeah, I do
used to
regret
fuck
that.
people with Baraka.
I spent a lot of my parents' money.
A lot of wasted.
so it wasn't your money.
Yeah.
The barcade thing, that is one of the things that it brings the stakes back.
It
Because you
does.
do have to spend a
Yeah.
quarter every time.
It's so easy now. You have it on your TV. You have
Well,
unlimited.
they have
yeah.
like on the new features on the ones that you can download, they actually have like a rewind. Where
Oh,
you can
that's
actually like go
ridiculous.
back in time and like correct the mistake that you
I
just
couldn't
fucking
believe
fucked up.
that.
I was like, oh, you bastard.
Takes the fun out of it.
It does
man.
take the fun out of it.
On the other hand, if you
You
have
finally
a
get to
game
beat a
that's-
game.
that's absolutely ridiculous, like Ghosts and Goblins, you're just like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm gonna rewind this.
Oh, yeah, I was like Ghosts and Goblins. That fucking game. Ghouls and Ghosts, I can fucking do.
Yeah.
One man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ghosts and Goblins, no, not fucking.
The NES
Yeah,
one. Is
Yeah, that one's a
insane.
bitch.
Yeah,
That one
I
is
like the
a bitch.
resurgence of the bar. There's some. It's about when you go in there and you hear the noise, the sound of all
Yep.
the
The
machines
pinballs
going off.
especially.
Yeah.
The,
Oh,
the
yeah.
pinballs going
Pinball-
off, the
your
arcades
pinball
going
machine is
off.
great.
It's just something about that sound is so just like appealing to me. I love that sound so much. So
Well,
that's why I got.
you don't have to play the whole time either. You know, they're brewcades, beercades or whatever. You get a good cocktail, get a good drink, and it's just good to be in that atmosphere,
Yeah.
man. It's fun to hear people, not just playing yourself, but people having a good time playing video games. It's just
I just don't want to hear today's music in there. Yeah. I want to hear like
you don't hear the Billie Eilish fucking James Bond thing.
I don't want to. I want to actually would love. I prefer to hear like some 80s.
Yeah, it has to be
like the 8-bit music.
Oh my god! You start playing the Legend of Zelda theme while I'm fucking playing video games. I'm fucking there.
Yeah. Bro, yeah. Put the Ridge Racer soundtrack on.
Oh yeah, fucking all the Gran Turismo fucking music.
Well,
good. There's way too many. I mean, I still have like lists of fucking games because like they got better and better as they went on. Like even like what was that shooter we were playing? Was it the Alien versus not
the Terminator Salvation?
Was it Salvation?
I think so.
Yeah, where we fucking just like waited till the kids finished and then we monopolized that machine.
Then we beat up the kids and took their quarters. Yeah,
we did.
Give me a slice of pizza. I'll show you how to play.
Yeah, right. I'm like, come here, kid.
And I like, and other good thing about these barcades, you kind of like discover that these games you never got to play like that.
Yeah.
Like you see them. Like I played Monday Night Football pinball from like I think like the early '80s, and like I never seen this pinball machine, but it's amazing. Like a goalpost comes up and you have to shoot the pinball into the goalpost. Like where was this my whole life? Like I love it, like discovering new games and all that. So it's fun, man. I like the fact that there's a resurgence. And some of these, like I think Coin Op, they do free. Like some months they do free. You just come in, pay for buy 2 drinks, and you can play whatever games you want.
Yeah, there are certain times.
Yeah, and like there's places like Free Gold Watch in the Haight that they only take quarters and stuff. That's a fun place to go. So they're popping up. There's some cool ones, man. I think we should all do a field trip and stuff.
I would love that.
The Gold Watch sounds fun.
The music for all those games too. It's just like that's actually the best. Like you
the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can still hear the Burger Time or the Dig Dug that the music goes only when you move.
I love it. Man, I got into a lot of arcade games because it was the only arcade game available for where I was. My parents would take me to a ski resort somewhere, and they'd go skiing. And I'd be stuck in like Day's thing or something, and then like my only thing was whatever arcade game they had at the motel.
Mine was Top Spin.
Oh,
I'm good at Top Spin for fucking like no apparent reason.
Top Spin.
Never played this game.
I loved Golden Tee, man.
Golden Tee.
That was one of my favorite games. I would spin like
Starting to sound sexual.
Yeah, that was a game. I just couldn't believe how much money I would spend on that.
I love Top Spin.
I like Top Spin.
Okay. Oh, great arcade discussion.
That can be. We could talk about that shit.
Yeah, we can talk about it for fucking ever. I love arcades. So all right. So next, our little section here, we're gonna talk our pull list. Our pull list is pretty much stuff you picked up, good or bad. It's something you listen to, something you watch, something just something that stands out to you this week, good or bad. Jay, let's start with you.
I Disagree by Poppy. It's a new album she just put out this month. I believe it came out on the 9th, or no, maybe it came out last month. Doesn't matter. Came out this year. Yeah. She was doing pop music, and then she started out as a YouTube artist. She made an album. She got in an abusive relationship with her producer, and so now she's doing metal stuff that's about that relationship.
Oh, shit.
And it's really good metal. They call it either neo metal or kawaii metal. So if you know kawaii metal, it's like Japanese.
Doesn't he play for the Knicks?
It's started in Japan, and it's like metal with like girls singing cute stuff over the top of it.
I have heard her. Yeah, I've heard. She did some songs.
Like baby metal.
She did songs for WWE, I think.
Really?
For like a pay-per-view or something. Yeah, I think so.
What was the name?
Poppy, I forgot what song, but
probably an NXT.
Or,
I'll look it up.
You'll recognize the song when you hear it. Like it's like, oh, okay, yeah. She has like a soft kind of like voice, kind of
P-O-P-P-Y. Yeah, and but her new stuff is really good. It's on Sumerian Records, which is like Peripheries on there, and like Born of Osiris, like that kind of prog metal, post-hardcore stuff. So it's not at all like her previous stuff, and I love the combination of. Like there's some Beach Boys sounding stuff with and then it goes into metal and swings back. I love it.
Yeah, well, oh, cool. That's
check it out.
Pop
it. And she's got a lot of videos on YouTube, for the new album. Check out the new stuff. Nothing that came out before 2018. I mean, you can check that out if you want.
Not part of Jay's pull list this week.
But yeah, Poppy's great.
Cool.
There was something else that I wanted to. Oh, Tom McDonald. I really want to talk. Tom McDonald is a rapper. he put out an album, a song called "I Hate Hip Hop," and it's fucking fire. I don't normally call songs fire, but for Tom McDonald, I'm gonna say that like you really got to check that out. The video's really good. His wife shoots all the videos. Nova Rockefeller is her name, but that song is excellent. Like it calls out all the bullshit in hip hop in like one song, and he's like, it's not a diss track, but this is just how I feel.
It's not a diss track. This is a real track.
I love it.
Tom McDonald. Seriously, check him out.
That's right.
It's not really an intimidating rap name, but you know.
That's kind of what I like about him.
Neither is Macklemore, and he's fucking something, man.
No, he's not. No.
Yeah.
There's like one summer. That's it. And that motherfucker. No one cares about fucking dude from Doug. He looks like the bad guy from Doug.
Roger Klutz.
Yeah. Yeah, no one cares about that guy.
100%.
Fucking Roger.
Juan, what do you got this week?
Picked up this, man.
There you go.
It's called Scarf.
Thank you.
Scarf. It's really great.
Hey, open that up. Show the camera. See
Yeah,
what we got.
Look
in
at
there.
that middle page.
This is my. Look at this
Actually,
cover
go
though,
to
man.
every page.
Look at the
Yeah.
cover though, man. It's
That's
so
fucking
good.
amazing.
That's a Seattle artist, Jake Slingland.
Yeah.
Really good dude.
Just hot dogs flying through space. This one guy was lucky enough to
This is
catch
making
one
me
of them.
hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a very old school kind of underground comic vibe to it. So.
Yeah, we were trying to. So me and my brother do a section here. All these people are dope. This is my friend's wife. She's an awesome artist. This is a cartoonist my friend introduced me to, Kyle Killeen, and that was Gina. That's Kyle again. Me and my brother do the funnies, and we were just trying to kind of do like, basically like how like as a kid, you know, you kind of read. You don't read the newspaper. You just pull the comics out, chuck the rest, and like that's what we were trying to do.
This looks awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I love it. It's like I've probably had 4 or 5 of them. Every time I get it, I'm reading it, and somebody's like, "Oh, that's cool. What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like this."
You don't know, man.
It's
You
like
don't
this
know.
thing that my buddy does, and he's like, "Oh, I saw him giving some out. I wish I would have grabbed one." Alright, well, you want this one? And they're like, yeah, oh my god, it's not a problem? You sure? You're sure it's not a problem?
No, I like that. I mean, I do like. I appreciate it being passed around.
No, I like it. No, I mean, I'm honestly, I do like giving it. I just haven't got a chance to fucking read it because every time I get one, somebody fucking
Pull it out and just, hey,
wants to take it. But yeah,
excuse me.
so I love it. I love the art. It's just a beautiful piece of artwork. Even
Yeah.
like it's funny, but just I feel like
The colors are great
if
too.
you want to
Yeah.
be healthy, you should have like beautiful art around you, and it's really
Yeah, man.
great for that.
Oh yeah.
So that's one thing I've been picking up. Another thing is, it was released probably this month, but it's The Revenge of the Dreamers Part 3 Director's Cut. It's a great album by Dreamville. You know, J. Cole is on there, Ari Lennox, but the guy that really stands out for me is J.I.D. He's just like my favorite new rapper. I just think he's super talented, very eclectic, a bunch of different styles, funny as shit, dope rhymes, and he's super young, so it's like, you know, we're old enough now, dude, that we've seen the rappers that never get better, and then we've seen rappers that get better. And, you know, I love it. I see a lot of potential for him, and I love rap, and I love watching people push the art form forward, you know, in terms of how they can rap and kind of sing or be melodic, and then, you know, it's just fun. So for me, I'm excited. I listen to this album. All his tracks are fucking great. There's one called Ladies, Ladies, Ladies. I think it's really fun. You know,
What's that one about?
But yeah, and so it's a really good music, and it's, you know, I like the kind of beats that record label is putting out. It's more organic, a lot of samples, you know. So it's you know, it's more kind of it satisfies like the modern, you know, music style, but also accesses like, you know, 80s and 90s, you know, sample stuff. So it's really great. It's a lot of good collaborations on there too. I can speak about it at length, but I recommend it. Revenge of the Dreamers 3 Director's Cut. Check it out on iTunes and Spotify. Yeah, that's it. And
Sounds
Scarf.
awesome.
And Scarf. Check out
Nice.
Scarf, man.
Jeremy, we got this week? Would anything stands out to you this week?
I mean, I've been like a dollar bin junkie lately, so I'm just going through. I feel like that's the way to go for me, anyways. Because I see people drop like hundreds of dollars on comics. I can go in, and whether it's terrible or great, it's like I spent $1 on that comic, and you find some really good shit. I've been kind of picking out like all these like milestone comics that come from like the '90s, or like
Dwayne McDuffie, you know.
yeah, and they're an example of people who aren't just like, here's a black hero, here's like a Latino hero, and that's good enough. It's like they were making dope characters, doing all this shit ahead of their time.
Yep.
So I love finding all that stuff in the dollar bins. I've been watching a lot of UFC too. This dude Israel Adesanya. I just like watching. I've never watched too much fighting, but it's like kind of cool. Like whether even the people who lose, it's like damn. You just took like 3 knees to the face and you got back up. Like what the fuck?
I'm taking knees to the face. I'm taking a nap for like a week, man.
Yeah, like jump over the cage. I would get out of there. It's like,
no, sign up for this.
Yeah, I've been reading. So I'm working at the comic shop, so it's weird. Like I'm finally kind of reading like more modern comics again because they're free. So I was pretty surprised. I liked Thor. Silver Surfer Black was cool. Like I'm like getting into the stuff that I wouldn't typically like. I wouldn't buy it because I can't keep up with it. But now I'm just there, and I started reading Saga.
Oh, well, okay,
yeah,
cool.
so,
yeah, Saga's great, man.
Yeah, I'm like 3 trades into
it's
that.
It's fucking weird, man. It's all over the place. It's great. It's just it took me a while to get into it. It took me like a couple trades to like get into it, but once it gets going, it's fucking really good.
It's not a comic I would like flip through and be like, I should pick this up. Yeah. But it came so highly recommended all the time, and I think kind of lives up to it so far, anyways.
Yeah, it's a really good book.
Can I just mention one more thing I forgot?
Sure, man.
Yeah, Robert Kirkman's The Nightly News. Have you guys read that?
No.
Oh, please read it, man. It's like fucking great. It's like all about like how the media has like a lot of power, and it's about like basically combating the media. But and I say that, and I kind of once you read it, you're gonna be like, Juan, you're a terrorist. Because that's basically what it's about. It's about people that like get revenge on like the media, that, which actually The Outsider touches on too, right? The
so good.
Right? But man, I'm fucking up. I'm sorry. I know we're out of order.
That's fine. This show is out of order today.
I thought I was going to talk about what I liked, but
let's talk about you some more, Juan.
No. But I just want to say because like The Outsider, I feel like that's like a common theme of like stuff that I've been watching and reading lately. Is just like The Outsider. One of the parts of it is that it's like, hey, when someone's accused of a crime, if you don't treat them with respect, you can ruin their whole lives, even if they're innocent, right? Yeah. And so, which, by the way, The Outsider on HBO, which is just phenomenal. I fucking love it. It's like
great
so
show,
creepy, well acted.
Yeah. Music's really good.
Dude.
Just the tone of it, it's just so. It's a great show.
I can't say how many friends are like, oh, I love that you showed this to me, but I only want to watch this if you're here, like because. And these are like lady friends, right? They don't want to watch it on
Outsider and chill, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
But so it's really great, and then The Nightly News like it touches on the same thing. It's not supernatural like that, but I think they're both and the fact that you guys haven't read them excites me. You guys should, and I'm like hard. You guys should.
He's Batman hentai hard right
now. No, please do me a favor. If you guys read The Nightly News, and then the next time I'm on, I'd love to discuss it with you guys.
All right. We have homework. Juan is giving us homework. Yeah. All right, Jeremy. Sorry that you were rudely interrupted. But
hey, you plugged my comment.
Anything else stand out to you?
I mean, this is a little while ago, but I watched some movies that I thought were like the best movies I'd seen in a while. That are not new movies, but I saw The Prestige and The Wrestler, and those were just like back to back. I'm like, those are 2 of the most phenomenal movies I've ever seen in a row, and different, just different kinds of incredible. Yeah, The Wrestler's such a dope movie.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I've seen The Prestige a lot of times.
Yeah, it's great. I love that movie. Yeah, one of Nolan's underrated flicks for sure. All right, cool. Rick, what do you got this week?
I got just I don't want to put one in because I'm pretty sure it's part of your list too.
You go ahead, break it out. Whip it out, Rick.
Lock and Key.
Good. Yeah, we can talk about that. There you
go. I finished the first season of Lock and Key.
Yeah,
I mean, I like all the actors.
The actors are good. I like the actors.
I went back and revisited the book just to kind of like look at things. Still, like I said, it feels jumbled. They put certain things just, I guess, to streamline their story. I'm glad they brought out most of the keys.
The problem, it's a good show. It does have that Spielberg. It needs to be at least 20-30% more like horror elements because the book is horror. Like, have you ever read Lock and Key?
I haven't, but I know it. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's almost tame. It almost feels like it's the Fox show they were trying to do, the FX show, whatever. It feels like very light.
It feels Stranger Things.
Even Stranger Things had a little bit more hardcore stuff in it. Like, it just felt like a tame version of that story. Like, it needs to be like a 20-30%, a little bit more horror elements in it, a little more like more of an edge to it. I think it's a fun show. It's a good show. Well, like you said, the characters are really good.
I wonder if that's why. I think wasn't Muschietti the first like attached to this one.
He might have been.
Yeah, because I think that's how they got the kid Jackson Scott Green to
Georgie.
Yeah, to be in it. But I think if he would have been attached to it, it would have had a little bit more horror elements. I was hoping to see like more like actual blood and people getting fucking
because
shivved
the book is pretty hardcore.
brutal.
Yeah, the book is a little. Yeah,
The
the book is rated
brutal
R
at
for
times.
sure.
I mean,
And it didn't need to be rated R, but just a hard PG-13. I don't know.
yeah, I would have loved to see like just a little bit more. Yeah, they showed violence, but I mean, when it's that kind of violence that people are getting killed, and it comes from a place of like horror, just fucking go balls out. Like, don't feel like you have to refrain because they're probably trying to market it to children. That's how I feel. They're trying to market that.
Yeah, it's
Stranger
very like
Things.
the Harry Potter kind of like.
It's very tweenish.
It's too tame for my. It's good, but
It's good, though.
It's good. It's just like a little more edge to it,
What's
man.
it on?
Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's fun. Like all the actors are really good in it.
Yeah.
So, and the second thing was Alex fucking got me to start watching Parasite. And that movie is fucking badass, dude.
Yeah.
I was just like, let me. All right, I'll go in. But like, actually, in the first 2-3 minutes, that movie fucking hooked you fast. It hooked me pretty fucking fast just to see, like, just people, living the way they do, having the kind of thinking the way they do, and then it's just like, yeah, who really is a parasite? Is it the fucking the poor people or is it the rich people? One can't live without the other. It should kind of be symbiotic, but yeah, definitely they're parasites on both sides, and it's a sick fucking movie, man. I already started watching it again. Yeah.
Did you buy it or how are you watching it?
Legal means, right?
Legal means.
Legal.
They're legal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sure.
Great.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm an illegal guy. Fucking pirate. Arrgh. Come after me. Come at me, bro. NSA. I know you're listening. Thanks a lot, Jay.
High alert. Anything else, Rick?
Oh yeah. Well, it's on my list. Just very very minor. The XFL came out.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but the only good thing I'll tell people, I like football, and there's a lot of rules in this game that I think the NFL needs to try to pick up on.
Such as?
The kickoff is very interesting. Instead of having all your guys like meet together and as the ball gets kicked, you fucking go at each other at fucking 50 miles per hour and just like clash heads like it's like fucking Lord of the Rings in a battle scene. No, they start. The line starts about 10 yards apart, and once the ball gets caught, that's when you can finally have both lines move and start the blocking on both sides. To me, it's a little bit more exciting, and it's a little safer. You're not trying to have fucking people's heads taken off, and the fact that running out of bounds doesn't stop the clock, that adds a big wrinkle in it, and it's like soccer in a way. Soccer starts at 9. Ends at 11, unless there's stoppage time. Same thing in this. There's like no real stoppage time. The fucking game starts at 9. It's gonna end at 11.
That is good.
Yeah, I do like that a little bit. Yeah, some of those games are way too fucking long.
It's just. But if the NFL could adopt that, I think the NFL would have such a better product.
I was that was on XFL was on at a bar where I was drinking with my Swedish friends, and I was trying to explain to them what the hell an XFL is because they barely know what football is.
Yeah, first you have to explain what a Vince McMahon
All you
is.
say is Vince McMahon.
I was just like, this is owned by the guy that does wrestling.
Yeah. XFL.
I picked up a couple comics this week. They're continuing this story of Superman revealing his identity to the world, which I didn't think I would be into, but I kind of like it. Bendis has actually been kind of doing some good work here in the DC universe. The new X-Men, the new Hickman X-Men came out, and I read that one too. That one's pretty damn good. This Hickman X-Men run is amazing. It's some of my favorite comic books going on right now. And I thought this was hilarious. It's Gwen Stacy month at the comic shops, so Gwen Stacy's a variant cover for some reason. And it's just a hilarious fucking cover with Gwen Stacy holding the sword. It's ridiculous. Picked Picked up this too, the Corporate Maneuvers, Justice League, the Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, the Bwahaha Justice League. These I've never seen these collected, the quarterly Justice League books. Reading these stories, there's some hilarious Justice League stories from the late 80s, early 90s. These are some funny books, some good art too. Kevin McGuire does some of the art, and a lot of great artists in these books. If you want some funny Justice League stories, these are it. My Doom pick of the week. I always have to have a Doom pick. I picked up the greatest supervillain of all time. Picked this up on eBay. It's a little novel. It's I guess one of the first novels they released, like late 70s. I just thought it was like some just standard like book, but then I looked at the writer. It's Marv Wolfman writes it. So I was like, oh, I gotta pick that up. So I haven't read it yet, but this looks like a cool little book to read. A little almost looks like a Tijuana Bible, but it's an actual novel. So written by Marv Wolfman. I thought that was cool. My Doom pick of the week. So yeah, that's my pull list for the week.
You guys didn't mention this, but Fantastic Four. Like, did you guys see like the images of the new Fantastic Four?
Proposed images, right?
Are they proposed?
Those are all
it's
with
all
the Krasinski and all that.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's all like-
it looks so real.
Yeah,
It's
no.
great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, he
people-
needs to play them, dude. At this point.
They even in the comic they even made him kind of look like Krasinski kind of in the comic. So I don't know if that's going to go that way, but I think he'd be a good Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, it'd be great, dude.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
He brings that real good like dad vibe.
Yeah,
you know
you need
what I mean?
that. Yeah, you need that. Dad fucking stuffy kind of vibe to it. So I think you can pull that off. And Emily Blunt's cute, man. She would.
Make
Yeah.
White the Thing.
That'd be awesome. Toby can be Doctor Doom. That'd be great. I'm down with this. Yeah, and just cast The Office as Fantastic Four. I'm totally down with that. Cool. All right. So next, our hidden gem segment for the hidden gems, pretty much show and tell. And it's something that's personal to you, just like just like in kindergarten, told you to bring a toy to school to show off something that might not be mainstream, might not be well known. Jay, you got anything for us today?
I didn't know I was supposed to bring a toy.
Hidden gem, just whatever's just an example.
Yeah, so I have a scar on the right side of my nose. It's really small, but that's from when I was attacked by a dog when I was 18 months old.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, ever since then, I basically trust dogs about as far as I can throw them. That's why I got a Chihuahua for my first pet. Big dogs are not a thing that I like to be around, really.
Yeah.
Like, I try not to show that I'm nervous because they say, like,
it
dogs
fear.
taste... Yeah, so, like, whenever a big dog is around me, like, I try to not act nervous, but I usually don't. I don't trust them. I just feel like at any moment it can turn on me. So it's been like a thing.
Your healthy fear of dogs. Yeah, you can't go to a wrestling event. Watch out for Roman Reigns, man.
The big dog.
That's the big dog.
I love cats, though.
Yeah,
so,
cats are the best.
Yeah,
bunch of
all about
assholes,
cats
man.
now. And I don't. It's like that's the thing. Is like, I don't trust cats either. But like a cat.
As well, you shouldn't.
You don't trust humans. You don't trust cats. Who do you trust?
You can throw cats all you want, and they always land on their feet.
Dude, a lot of Jay's experimentation. They do land on their feet.
We do not promote animal cruelty here at the SF
Dude, if you
Comic Book
throw a
Club.
cat on your bed, it's fine. The bed's soft. Like I had a cat that loved that. It was like a thrill seeker. Like I started throwing her across the room at my couch, and then
giving her
throwing her onto the
DDTs
bed,
and shit.
and like giving her rides in the laundry basket, spinning her around on chairs. She
Like
loved that
cats.
stuff.
It's like that scene in The Jerk when the dude's just juggling the cats. Just going to town. Juan, what do you got for this week, man? What's your hidden gem?
I got this hidden gem. It's called Cat People. It's my show.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
a hidden gem. You should come out. It's at
Put it a little closer. Put it a little closer. You can't see it.
Look closer. Look at that. Look at that. It's Cat People, y'all.
Yeah, we'll
See
put
it?
a link in the
Is it- I don't know
descriptions.
if you guys can, if it's too bright.
Tilt. Oh,
it.
yeah.
Tilt, pivot.
Yeah,
Let
but-
me see if I can make it darker. Let's see. Is that? You can see it a little
There
bit.
you go.
So that's Cat People. It's
Cat People. What is this Cat People?
It's a comedy show for cat lovers. We get together every third Saturday of the month at the Layover, and yeah, we talk about cats. I book comedians. They do material about cats, and then we have a cat haiku battle. 575. It's pretty tight. We have a meow off. We get people get on stage, give them scenarios, and they meow like they make that meow.
You know how to make those ladies meow, man.
Dude, it gets when there's two women and they're fighting it out and they're meowing, it's amazing. Yeah, dude, it's
a
like
true cat fight.
Oh, dude, it's like people. Somebody put us on FetLife because of that. Yeah, dude, we're like on FetLife. We get people like they're like, so where are they at? People come dressed as cats and shit. It's fucking amazing.
Wow, it's a movement, man. It's like a
dude.
cult.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's tonight.
Can't wait to see the Netflix documentary in 10 years about this cult.
6:30 doors, 7 o'clock show. Tickets on Eventbrite.
Awesome.
Or at the door, $10.
I'm eventually gonna go to one of these if I don't ever have not have a Saturday working. So.
Yeah, I'd love to have you, man. Yeah, please.
That's a fun show.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jeremy, got a hidden gem for us?
I also have my comedy show. Is that
there?
That's
there
the art critique comedy show. Me and my friend, we curate thrift store paintings, and then we make fun of them and auction them off to an audience.
What? That sounds amazing.
And so, yeah, that's pretty fun. And then, muscle core. Pick up, come talk to me, find an issue. There's, full color. It's fun.
Awesome.
Third issue is on its way, and it's going to be a little double feature. So.
Oh, these are mine, right? I'm taking.
Yeah, you can
I'm taking one of these. I'm taking one of this. There you go. I'm taking. Which one's your copy? Because I want yours.
No, I got one at home. I got one. It's funny.
I didn't realize this was the promotion part of it.
Yeah, Jay, go ahead.
I'm also going to be on Few Drinks and a Laugh at the Black Horse London Pub on Wednesday, the 19th, 9 p.m.
Cool.
So, with Mauricio.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds fun. Rick, where are you going to be appearing at this week?
Fucking at work. Closing the store.
Live from work.
Yeah, live from work.
No karaoke bars this week.
No karaoke bars this week. No karaoke. I need
we
to
got all
relax.
our singing down on Tuesday.
Yeah, I see when I do karaoke, and I showed up for work a little late the next day. It was bad, but yeah, I made it through.
Yeah, way to go, new manager.
I know, right? Ain't that about?
How are you gonna celebrate? I'm gonna show up late the next day.
I'm the manager.
I was like, I can do this. Turns out I can't.
Everybody was getting him side eye that day. You want to be a McManager? You're gonna have to do it a little better, Rick.
Okay, Rick. Yeah, you can find me somewhere.
Okay, what's your hidden gem, Rick?
My hidden gem? I don't have a hidden gem.
Come on, plug something, man.
Let me see. What did I? What's a good fucking movie?
This is great.
It is. No,
it's great. You're going through the process of Rick.
What?
All right. Well, think about it.
I'll
come back to you.
You keep going.
All right, my hidden gem.
Come back.
I actually brought a toy. Yes, my whole life is a toy. So one of my favorite comedians of all time, famously was a intergender wrestling champion, one of the greatest human beings to ever exist this earth, Andy Kaufman, this figure of Andy Kaufman right here. Yeah, one of my favorite figures. He has the robe, he has the neck brace, he has the stretcher in the back. It comes with its own stretcher. So,
Jerry Lawler, he's from Tennessee.
That was cold, man.
Just if you want to laugh, go back and watch those wrestling appearances where he'd fight women.
He's from Tennessee.
He had a great bit on Letterman where they had a confrontation where Lawler slapped the shit out of Andy Kaufman. It was all a bit, but it was just Andy Kaufman was just a comedic genius, man.
For real.
He was troll. He was the best troll before there was trolls. He people still think he faked his death, man. He don't believe it's real. That's how fucking much he used to fuck with people. So if you want to do yourself a favor, go back and look at clips of Andy Kaufman. Look at his comedy specials, or so ahead of its time, man. He definitely wasn't appreciated during his time. Kind of some great documentaries about his life. Great book by Bob Zamuda about his life. Bob Zamuda was his writing partner for a long time. So just Andy Kaufman, just a great comedic genius. Just one of my childhood heroes. I love Andy Kaufman so much. So yeah, like I said, do yourself a favor. Go look at some of his old bits. Look at some of his old bits on SNL. He was on the first SNL, and he famously got banned, voted off SNL.
His stuff stands up way better than a lot of other people.
Yeah, they do.
From
Yeah,
that era.
yeah, no, for sure, yeah. It's like it was funny than them. So his comedy was so like
Ahead of its
cerebral and like it just there's just the little things like when you, in the like Man on the Moon. If you there's the scene they actually like, oh, I want to fuck with the TV screen and make people like get up from their seats and try to adjust their seats, and like that's only funny to like two people, but it's hilarious. It's such great comedy. Andy Kaufman, look it up. That's my hidden gem for the week. So yeah. Did you think of one now?
Yeah. So, there's a couple. I'll pull an Alex.
No.
There's gonna be two. Yeah.
No.
So one of them is right now Grand Theft Auto. I'm a big Grand Theft Auto fucking player and shit. Fucking GTA Kingpin. So they just released, or they've been released, this thing where all your businesses in the game can be controlled from one place, which happens to be an arcade, which is fucking cool. So they add another business in that. They actually released old arcade games on there. Well, it's kind of their version of old arcade games. So they have like a fake Golden Axe kind of game in there. They have a fake Batman, a fake Asteroids, fake Hang On, fake Outrun.
So you can play?
Yeah, you can play.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
it's like really like 8-bit. It's not like it gets any better. It's like fucking just a really like random Atari 2600 kind of game and shit. But the fact that they added something, in that is fucking fun. And plus, like, it's the whole new business thing where everything, if you own most of the businesses in the game, you can do everything from one centralized location now. Yeah, if I can resupply your Coke, if you got a Coke house, or
Said it
you got a meth,
aggressively.
yeah.
Somebody needs some Coke.
I got Coke, meth house, yeah. I'm fucking a gun running.
We're
and
still
all that
talking
shit.
about the game, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, dude, fucking Jay, man, you got people watching the show now. I'm like a red flag.
What, you don't want viewers?
And the other thing right now on PSN Plus, if you guys are PSN Plus holders for PlayStation Network, they do have 2 free games that they give players every month. The Sims 4 is one of them for this month, and they're actually giving you the whole BioShock collection.
Oh,
Yo.
Those
So
are great
I'll
games.
fuck with that.
Yeah,
Have
so
you played them?
Yeah.
yeah, BioShock is great. I played the first 2. I'm looking forward to playing the third one. But the fact that they're gifting you like all the whole collection
Yeah, that's awesome.
is fucking awesome. And The Sims 4 is actually, I've started playing it just to kind of, get my toes wet in it, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, BioShock is fucking dope. So
Yeah,
anybody for the PSN network, we're gonna have to start exchanging PSN names here. We'll probably post them and have the 2 fans that watch fucking play with us.
Oh, someday, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I need to add more people to my criminal empire in fucking Grand Theft Auto, man. Yeah. So those are my things right there.
Cool.
There you go. Awesome.
BioShock is the last game I played for all the way through the campaign, first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And, really
For me
loved it.
too. I don't play first-person shooter much anymore, but
No.
BioShock's one of those games that I remember.
Oh, Doom. Actually, I finished Doom
Yeah.
after that. Oh, that game was
The newer
awesome.
one.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, it's good. That was a great show. Our longest ever.
Yeah.
Our longest ever. Yeah, we're breaking records here. Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Jeremy, thanks for nice meeting you, man. I hope to have you again, man. You're great on the show, man. Plug again. What do you want to plug again?
So we got Musclecore and Scarf. You can follow both on Instagram at Scarf Comics. That's with 3 F's. This is Brain Space Comics, and the art critique. Go to lowartforms.com to find out about shows.
Cool. Awesome. Juan.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Juan Medina. Yeah, my Instagram's pretty sweet. Like, it's pretty boring, but then my Twitter's where it gets lit. Come see some
It
random
gets a little sexual.
weird jokes.
Yeah. You can tell Juan's late night horniness is coming out in his tweets. And the Cat People show again.
The Cat People is every 3rd Saturday of the month, so we'd love to have you there if you love cats. Even if you don't like cats, there's not going to be any cats that you're not going to get
A lot
allergies.
of no cats, but a lot of pussy, right?
That's the way to put it.
It is popular with the ladies. Let's let's see. Follow Acid Smooth on Twitter and Instagram or whatever. I also have a show on YouTube called Silence This, and I will be performing stand up at the Dark Horse London Pub this Wednesday, the 19th. It's a small venue, so if you actually want to get in and drink beer, get there early. 9 p.m.
Great. Awesome. Oh, I got go ahead, Rick. What do you got to plug?
You can find me on Instagram at Max Effort Grayson, and you can also follow me on Twitter now at Max Effort Grayson with no O in Grayson. Bastards only limit you to 15 characters. So, yeah, and then I'll also be looking over the SF Comic Book Co. Twitter and Instagram as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this Graham, who does our theme, he sent me something to plug. It's called Punk Black Cali Fest, March 14th at the Uptown, 5 p.m. We got Saliva Tribe playing there. Got a couple other bands, Casino Kid, Punk Fuck Mob, Squid Ink, Bastet, The Tissues, Fatty Cakes, and the Fatty Cake and the Puff Pastries, and the Court of Blood Technique. So March 14th. Punk Black Cali Fest, March 14th. We'll put a link of that one too. Saliva Tribe's playing there. So do I have a show there? I think I'm in Seattle. Damn it! I never get to see Graham's band, but he's playing. Saliva Tribe, check them out. March 14th at the Uptown. Cool. Ray Doomzilla on Instagram. Like and subscribe to the channel. Comment if you have if there's stuff you want to see or your favorite arcade games. Comment in the section. We'll start a discussion. We'd like to hear from you guys. We like to hear more from you guys. So if you have anything you want to see on the show, you want to talk about, you want to see us discuss, shoot me a message. Shoot Rick a message. We can we'll talk about it. It's for the people, man. It's for the people. Great show. Thanks for everybody coming on. It's been a good one, and we should have a good weekend. And see you guys next time.
Well,